Hi everyone. Today I'm going to introduce you another very safe undervalued stock that pays good dividend. If anytime you find the video helpful, please subscribe and turn on the bell so that you get instant update notice. This is a medical stock, ABBvie, ticker symbol ABBV. This is a stock I've been watching and holding since summer 2019. The company was created in 2013, but it isn't a new company. It got separated from Abbott, which had over 130 years history. Abbott kept the medical and diagnostic service, healthcare product, while AbbVie focused on research and pharmaceutical part. It's a pretty good name. Abb stands for the founder Wallace Abbott, while V is life in French. It started with $34, and the highest in the 7 years was slightly above $100. The price at the end of Friday's market is $86.12. If you have held it since 2013, then it went up 2.53 times, excluding the dividend. This stock is famous for offering generous dividend. Currently, the dividend yield is almost 5.5%. In this case, why did I say it's an undervalued stock? PE is 19, same where other major pharmaceutical stocks like Pfizer, J&J stay in. Looks normal. However, when you check the financial report of the last 2 quarters, you can find that the first quarter is normal while the second one is not. The first quarter, year-to-year earnings increased 10.1%, operating earnings increased 19.7%, net earnings increased 22.6%. Looks normal. The second quarter, year-to-year earnings increased 26.3%. Operating earnings went down 77.9%, ends up losing money. This doesn't make a lot of sense. The reason behind is AbbVie was trying to buy out Allergan, an Irish pharmaceutical company leading on aesthetic medicine. One of the most famous products is Botox. Its number one use is to help prevent and remove wrinkles. One of the most popular products for stars or rich ladies who want to stay in 20s forever. There are lots of other brands belong to the company. I'm not going to go into details, but here's a list for whoever is interested in further study. AbbVie acquired Allergan with $63 billion the past May. Huge management fees occurred during the takeover, thus shown poorly on their second quarter financial report. Through studying the last 4 quarters report, I found AbbVie's cost increase is mostly due to research and development, normal for a pharmaceutical company. It's under good operation. Here is a list of the Wall Street analysts' opinion on AbbVie. First, we can see all analysts' estimation was pretty close. The high, the low, and the average are in the same zone. That's usually a good sign, indicating they all gave their non-biased opinion on a stock, making the result more reliable. Then, if we calculate PE using estimated earnings per share for 2020 and 2021, we found the PE is about 8, which is much lower than industry average. Very cheap. So, why is it still undervalued? A couple of major reasons. 1. High debt. Long-term debt is $82 billion, 153% increase year to year. Pfizer has a 25% increase, while J&J has only a 2.5% increase year to year. The high debt is definitely a concern for some investors. But don't forget, the high debt came mainly from acquiring Allergan. In 2018 and 2017, the debt was only $35 and $30 billion. Acquiring the best aesthetic medical company in the world, this is the type of risk worth taking. Means huge potential for the company's future. For the last few years, the cash flow is above $10 billion every year, very stable. Plus the low interest environment we're in, I'd say they made a great decision. The high debt is not going to be a major concern. Second, ever since last year, I've heard lots of AbbVie followers talking about Humira's patent expiring issue. Not everybody has a medical background. I'm not going to get into it. It's their star drug. From the following graphs, we'll have an idea why. We can see it brings in about $20 billion every year, the world's most profitable drug. Let's take a look at the 2019 AbbVie earnings report, and you'll see that the revenue from this drug is almost 60% of the total revenue. The drug got approved by FDA at December 31st, 2002, which means in 2023, generic drugs are allowed to compete with it in US. In other countries, it might even be earlier. For example, by 2018, there were 5 different generic drugs in Europe already. That's why you see Humira's sales went down about $8 billion from 2018 to 2019. In 2023, this could occur in US as well. This caused some people lose confidence in AbbVie. Well, first of all, the patent expires only means no more monopoly in the market. It doesn't mean the drug gets off the market. In fact, a few competitors eventually will reach balance and coexist. Humira has been proven effective in the last 8 years, so if it lowers the price, it will still have lots of customers, may still dominate the market. Profit won't be as great, but it won't be zero. Also, AbbVie has made a deal with multiple pharmaceutical companies, charging royalties for the license. Any patent has a time limit. You know it, I know it, and the management know it. Acquiring companies like Allergan is a good way to diversify the company income. The revenue of Allergan in 2019 is about half of that of AbbVie. Together, they added up to $50 billion. Humira contributes only 40% instead of the original 60% to the total revenue in the new company. According to the analyst, the new revenue will increase to $53.5 billion next year. Humira will become less and less important to the company. AbbVie is a star company in the drug field, not some small ones that only rely on one product. They have over 30 products under phase 3 development, and 4 just got approved by FDA, which is supposed to bring $3.2 billion on the first year. Remember, these are not vaccines that are ready to get produced and distributed at any time. These drugs will expand their market slowly, so the future income is going to be a lot higher. And here is Allergan's pipeline. I would say as good as AbbVie. Therefore, I've been holding the stock for over a year and kept on adding it whenever there is a dip. It is definitely a stock that's going to bring you consistent high returns in the long run. Now, a quick update on Disney. In my previous video, I analyzed Disney's future. Now it's been 3 weeks, let me give you a quick update. Mulan doesn't have a high rating. However, Disney Plus has already made over $261 million from US customers on this movie by September 17th. Much more than the predicted $200 million. The CFO expressed that the company is very satisfied with the result. This would encourage them to release more movies through Disney Plus and PVOD mode, giving them upper hand in negotiation with other companies. The recent downtrend is due to uncertainty caused by stimulus package and the COVID second wave. All we need to do is to keep patient. In fact, I've loaded some more at 121. The stock may still go down in short term, but with the fundamentals I've analyzed, this is still a good buy in the long run. No need to get frustrated. Alright, that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed